Letters to Lisa, Compilation 2, Recording 2. The Breathing. This letter looks like it has been through many stages of a journey on its way to be delivered to me. It is really battered and scuffed, with rather beautiful stamps, which I eventually discovered came all the way from the Caribbean. I've always wanted to travel there and sit under a palm tree on one of those white sand beaches you see in the brochures, but I don't think I'll get the chance now. Anyway, here I am, rattling on about holidays as I'm trying to put off recording the contents of this one. It has unsettled me more than usual. I've no idea why. Oh well, here goes. Dear Lisa, my name is Tig Farley, and I'm writing as a friend of a friend. I don't like to name them in writing, just in case this letter ends up in the wrong hands, if you know what I mean. As you can see, I've enclosed the diary entries that my partner Maggie wrote about the incident I need your help with. I hope this will assist you in getting to the bottom of this and making things right. I'm not usually a dramatic person or one to run away from things that scare me, but this is on another level, as you can see. I await your response with more than bated breath. It is really getting to be a matter of life and death. Enclosed, as this Tig person mentions, are pages from a small personal diary from the year 1972, during the month of February. It begins. February 19th. Tig is finally gone on the work trip. We were both a bit reluctant at the thought of leaving me alone here, as the cabin is very isolated and the weather is getting worse with each day. I had to pretend it was all fine. Plenty of people have major surgery and need time to recover, and I am just another one of them. It has taken me longer than most, but I do at last feel stronger, and I cannot keep Tig from getting on with life and work. I also think it may do me good to be self-sufficient for a while and try and let this very beautiful countryside continue to heal me. February 21st. Things have been going well, and I've got used to the silence here and the lack of social interaction. Getting used to your own company is a skill they should teach everyone at school. The surrounding scenery here is breathtaking. The fresh air is doing me good, and I am eating more than I have for months. I am hopeful that this could be just what I needed. Talked to Tig on the phone last night, and we are both feeling optimistic and closer than ever. February 22nd, 10 a.m. Not sure where to start with this. Well, the start was earlier this morning, when I was getting in logs for the fire. It is now very cold here, with snowdrifts about a foot high. The air is silent, with a white sky above. Even the birds are quiet. Everything feels muffled, and you can see your breath in the freezing air. I took the wheelbarrow to the log pile at the end of the garden. All the trees are weighted with snow, and it was eerily beautiful. So after I'd finished loading up the barrow, I stood back and took a deep breath, enjoying the wild landscape around me. That is when I heard it. A loud breath, like a deep sigh, just behind my left ear, right behind me. I span round and the barrow tipped over, spilling the logs into the snow. There was no one there. Complete silence, only broken by a single startled blackbird as it plunged out of the trees and flew off, making me cry out in delayed shock. Ah! I managed to pull some of the logs back in the barrow and fled back to the cabin. My whole body is still shaking, and I still don't really know what just happened. And there is still only silence all around, apart from the crashing sound of my heart in my chest. February 23rd. 6 a.m. This is getting worrying. Reading yesterday's entry, it looks like I was just imagining things, but I didn't make it clear that I actually saw the breath as it was exhaled right from behind me. The frozen cloud puff right against my cheek. Just thinking back on it is making me sweat, even though the cabin is ice cold. And then this happened. I have the radio on through the night now, as the voices keep me company, and as I am missing Tig so much, I have made a fortress of pillows around me in the bed, just so I don't feel so alone. At about 5 a.m, I woke up to hear regular breathing coming from right next to me. At first, still half asleep, I assumed it was Tig, as I'd forgotten I was alone, so I didn't open my eyes right away until it hit me. Who or what was it that was breathing right next to me? In any other circumstance, the sound itself would be calming, as soothing as a cat's purr. But it was from an unknown entity. I lay there, my spine frozen to the mattress, paralysed by fear, knowing I should flee, my brain frantically trying to find a logistical explanation for this presence, this noise. Eventually, I managed to leap out of bed, flinging the bedclothes into the air, and dashed for the door, turning on the light on the way out, but looking over my shoulder, just a jumble of pillows and tangle of blankets on the empty bed. No one there. I slammed the door and ran to get Tig's baseball bat from the landing. My adrenaline was now pumping, and I was angry as well as terrified. I shouted at the closed bedroom door while wielding the bat and daring whatever this thing was to come out and show itself, but knowing it was futile, and I was just shouting at an empty room, an empty bed. Had I dreamt it? I must get Tig to come home. February 24th, 2 p.m. I cannot stand much more of this. I keep hearing this thing, this breathing. I now have the radio on all over the house, all the time, loudly. Anything to drown out this noise which seems to follow me wherever I go. February 25th, 10 a.m. I have now not slept for 2 days. Tig is on the way home. Thank God. How can I sleep when every time I close my eyes, wherever it is, in the chair, on the sofa, in bed, I can hear the breathing close by, so close by. Sometimes it sounds like it is inside my ear, but mostly it is a felt presence, not exactly evil, but persistent, sort of pushing against me, invading my personal space, insistent like it wants something from me. What is it that it wants? The regular beat of the breathing is sometimes almost hypnotizing. It should calm me, but it makes my own breathing ragged and shallow. The pressure of it is starting to become a physical pain in my chest. I know, in my heart and soul, that it will never leave me. I shall never be free of it, unless I can do something. But what? What is it that it wants from me? I think it means me harm. That is where the diary pages end. All very abrupt and strange. This person's friend, Tig, finishes with this at the bottom of the page. We have moved house 10 times in the last 3 years, Lisa. We have seen countless psychiatrists and doctors, but nothing has been concluded, even though they have tried to diagnose Maggie with everything from depression to delusion to bipolar disorder. We have lived in France, Iceland, India, currently in St. Lucia, which is where I came across this mutual friend who suggested I write to you with the diary evidence. She said she had seen this kind of thing before, and so had you, and you would know what to do. Please help. Even though I cannot hear this breathing, I can now sense when Maggie hears it. It fills me with dread. Oh, we are desperate. This thing is bringing us both to the brink of madness. Is that its aim? If so, it is definitely succeeding. Yours in hope, Tig Farley. Yet again, I am at a loss as to what all this means. Who knew that the sound of something as natural and innocent as breathing can turn one's life upside down until you doubt your own sanity? That was Recording 2, The Breathing, written by Philippa Harland, read by Caroline Lawrie.